buy bills and sheepskins. As I write this, I'm rocking iceberg jeans and Timbs. Thinking where I'm gonna be in 2007. Either a house in the Hamptons or a house in heaven. I'll be chilling on the beach in the south of Venice. Or murking the president live on Channel 7.
Test. Du hörst es schon, sie sind hier neben mir. Ich muss sie gar nicht eigentlich vorstellen, aber sie haben den Weg zum Royal Arena Festival gefunden. Non Phixion haben eine brutale Show abgeliefert und fragen sich jetzt wahrscheinlich, what the hell is she talking about, right?
It sounds phenomenal. It sounds inspiring, motivating, and very mobilizing.
So I'm inspiring to you, I guess. Huh?
The way you just said that, absolutely.
I just said that we're glad to have you here. And how did you enjoy your show?
I enjoyed it very much. I mean, I think we all on stage felt like we had a really great show.
Yeah, really great show.
I think it was tight. I think some of the transitions were organically manifested. It wasn't planned necessarily, but because the crowd's energy was great, we made it happen and we implemented it.
Okay, also die Energie von der Crowd hat sehr gut funktioniert, wegen dem haben sie auch Spaß an der Show gehabt. And what do you guys do normally after a gig? You gave all your power out. You're probably exhausted. What happens after a show? Was passiert eigentlich nach der Show?
Smoke weed and drink.
So you get relaxed.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sie machen Sachen, die nicht ganz legal sind und natürlich ein bisschen Alkohol trinken, das kann ich erzählen, um ein bisschen oben runterzukommen. And do you have any rituals, like when you get off the stage?
Satanic rituals, but...
What kind of satanic rituals? Tell me more about it.
I'm just pulling your leg. Young versions, usually pentagrams, inverted symbols, levee,
Shout out to the youth watching right now.
Also sie haben satanische Rituale, wenn sie von der Bühne zurückkommen mit Pentagramm und so. Ich werde jetzt gerade ein bisschen hier verarscht. You like to kid around with people, don't you?
But what's not really, but you know what's really interesting is that actually there's a lot more rituals that take place before the show than after the show. Okay. Because it's like before the show we have a couple of rituals that we do which we won't share because if we were, then it wouldn't be a ritual anymore. It's like we expose ourselves. Yeah, because superstition.
The show is a ritual. Absolutely. The show is a ritual.
So do you have like a certain pattern how you build your show every single time when you say it's a ritual?
Yes, yeah, sure. There's definite things that always maintain. I mean, there's spontaneous things about our show as well. But yeah, there's specific things that we always do that makes it ritualistic in a sense, sure.
Yeah, I mean, we take pride in our shows, and so we even though we are just recently regrouped, we make sure we spent a lot of time practicing, rehearsing together to get the vibe again, and just to make sure that we're tight because we came up on groups that, have a great show, and so we don't want to just be a group that's up there just doing whatever. We want to make sure that that when you leave a non-fiction show, you're like, that was the illest show I ever saw. Yeah.
Also sie legen ganz viel Wert darauf, dass es eine sicher gute Show wird und geben wirklich auch viel rein. Und er hat auch vorher erklärt, dass sie auch so etwas wie Ritual haben auf der Bühne, dass sie gewisse Elemente immer wieder auch bringen. But it's not like a choreography you have, right? Where you have plans.
Well, he has dance steps. He has dance steps.
No, I have dance steps all the time. But when you think about choreography, not dance steps, but in terms of like getting each other's ad-libs and knowing the call and response, yeah, absolutely, we practice that. It's important because if we don't have that tight, the audience sees it. We have all gone to concerts and shows, whether it's hip-hop shows or metal shows, and we can sense the difference between a group on stage or a band on stage who has, this kind of uniformity and those who don't. So it's important to us. We take a lot of pride in that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Also sie tun auf jeden Fall auch viel üben und viel einstudieren, damit eine Show auch richtig rauskommt, damit sie auch als Einheit auftreten können. You named it before, you just recently regrouped.
Right.
I mean, there were some issues between the band. What happened made you change your mind and say, hey, let's get back together and celebrate our 20th anniversary?
It was just, we all had been working on different group projects, solo projects. We all were staying busy doing other things. And I think, the main thing, it was just the fact that, we wanted to do something new again. You know what I'm saying? It's like it had been almost 10 years since we had done nonfiction, so we kind of started just kind of tossing the idea around of hey, is this a possibility? Is this something we think can even work? And this all was going around along the same time that we put out the nonfiction Future Is Now box set, which we did last year. And so when we saw the hype of the box set and the response from it and all the fans really buying it and getting into it, that's when we kind of like, all right, well, let's start talking for the first time, because some of us have talked amongst ourselves, but we haven't talked as a group in almost 10 years. So we were like, let's get on the phone and see where our heads are at and see how we've all matured in the last 10 years and see if we can actually do this. And so we hopped on the phone, and that was the first step in where we are here.
Who made the first move? Who was the one who said, okay, I'm the mature guy here, I'm going to call and get this group together? Was that you?
No, I don't.
I think me and Bill kind of had the first discussion about it, and then I'm the doer. So I think I reached out and started, called this guy and set things up, and then we just kind of all hopped on the phone after that point and did the conference call.
Also sie haben sich ja zwischenzeitlich getrennt und sind jetzt wieder zusammengekommen, weil sie gefunden haben, so, hey, wir sind erwachsen, wir möchten wieder zusammen Musik machen und Fans wollen uns auch wieder hören. Wegen dem haben sie wieder gefunden, so, hey, sie überwinden das Ganze und kommen dann wieder zusammen. Are things the same as it was before?
Unfortunately.
I didn't hear it.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. What's the unfortunate part of it?
No, I'm just, we got to throw jokes in there.
I guess there must be some things that get on your nuts.
Yeah,
of course. Hanging out with each other, isn't it? Yeah. We can say that.
On
nerves. That was a Swiss German translation. I'm sorry. Sure. You can cut that out.
No, don't.
He won't.
Keep it. It's authentic.
Of course he will.
Don't put it to me, because
I'll do this here.
What was the question?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when do these guys get on your nerves?
No comment.
I mean, it's like, it really is like a family situation, and it's when you're on, especially when you're on tour and you're traveling in a van with people for hours of a day, and then you're in hotel rooms and you're on the stage with something's going to happen that's going to just piss somebody off, and it's just like, but then but that happens, and you're mad for an hour and you're over it. The next day you wake up and it's a new day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's going to be what it's going to be. It's like we're right now we're on a high. We just came off stage. The show was great. Everything is great. No problems with any of these guys right now.
Okay.
3 hours from now, who knows what's going to happen?
Things
he might be late
change.
For his flight, and I might hate him.
I'm
You know
not
what I'm
going to
saying?
be late for my flight. I have to get back home to my family. I'm not going to be late for my flight.
Okay, now I have to quickly translate that before we get further.
Yeah.
Also, aber ihr wollt wissen, so, wann geht ihr eigentlich gegenseitig auf die Nüsse? Das habe ich nachher auf Englisch 1:1 übersetzt, was ich recht lustig fand. Ja, sie haben gesagt, das ist jetzt aber so wie eine Familie. Weißt? Ich kann jetzt nicht alles preisgeben, was sie hier machen, aber wenn sie von der Bühne kommen und gute Energie haben und das Publikum super ist und sie eine gute Show abgeliefert haben, dann ist alles gut. Aber in 3 Stunden vielleicht, dann stressen sie sich, oder wenn zu spät kommt zum Flug. But did that happen that you got too late on a flight?
Never. Not me.
Never?
I'm on time. Actually, I'm ahead of time.
Really?
Absolutely. Listen, 5 minutes early is on time. On time is late.
Wow, okay, da haben wir jemanden, der Schweizer Mentalität hat. You have Swiss mentality right there. 5 Minuten vorher, 5 Minuten vorher ist pünktlich und genau auf die Zeit kommen, ist schon zu spät.
Absolutely.
You have Swiss family background or something?
No, I don't. I'm Puerto Rican and Sicilian.
What did you say?
Nah, I said he's lying to you.
Und manchmal lügt er auch. Okay, so he did come late.
No, he's Swiss.
Do you know any Swiss German words so far?
What's the song we did with Grace?
Celtic Frost.
Okay, what do you want to learn? I'll teach you anything you want to know.
Kama Sutra.
Well, how would I translate that? That's a Swiss German.
I don't know. How do you say go take a shit in the ocean?
Gang is mehr schiessen.
Nice. I like that.
You have to repeat after me. Gang is mehr schiessen.
Good times.
Gute Zeiten.
Exactly.
Now, I don't even know if you learned it now or if I was just saying...
I'm ignorant. I don't learn.
Okay, ist einfach ignorant und hat es nicht gelernt und bringt mir einfach dazu, so Scheiß im Fernsehen zu sagen. But yeah, he just made me talk shit on TV. That's okay.
Literally.
See, if you were in the group, you'd hate him right now.
No, I find you funny.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, he did,
Okay,
obviously.
Okay, Mr. Pesci.
Now, I don't know where this is going, but let's get back to a serious
Sure.
conversation. Is that okay? Just
Bring it
for-
No
back.
problem.
Bring it
Bring a
back.
second. Yeah, bring it back.
go.
Rewind, select a scene.
Rewind, yeah. So I was working right here, back here, and I was listening with one ear to your concert, and everybody heard it. Fuck the police! And you came back to your greatest hit, "How to Kill a Cop." And you know,
No, we didn't.
Nope. You're
wasn't?
wrong. Nope.
That's a solo song. That's one of my solo songs.
oh,
We did The CIA is Trying to Kill Me.
oh, that was the one.
Yes.
That was the song.
Oh, I didn't really hear it then properly.
That's cool. It don't matter.
It's okay.
we bring it back. That never happened.
That's it. We're not going to tell anybody.
Thank you. Just on
They don't know.
national TV. But anyways, what I try to say is like, you know, nowadays it seems like from a European perspective that it's getting heated up again with the police issue. Is that
Sure.
really the fact in the U.S. right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very heated right now. I think that there is a mistrust with the police and civilians. I think there's a lack of training amongst police officers who are working in communities that are often not trusting police.
Cops are shooting first right now. So you got to understand, in the U.S. there's a protocol, an unknown protocol, where these police are killing people every day. People that don't even have weapons, people that have no history, and they're being killed every day on video,
Unlawfully.
unlawfully, for nothing. And nobody does anything about it. So the thing is, I'm trying to find out the protocol of who's giving these orders, because innocent people are getting killed every day. And it's not in neighborhoods with money, it's in the hood. It's in low poverty areas. I mean, it does happen in other places, but it's systematic. And you know, if your readers, you know, people watching, if they ever read like, you know, George Orwell, 1984, all those old books, all that is manifesting right now. So, you know, but getting back to your question, in the U.S., it's terrible right now, because every day someone is being assassinated by police. Every day. Every day.
And it is a generalization. When you hear, you know, someone on stage saying "fuck the police," it is a generalization. I think there are some officers out there who are trying to keep the integrity, but often it's overshadowed by the negative things that some police officers who don't have the integrity, who don't have the training, the skills, or operate solely out of fear.
Absolutely. The positive
That's what
officers,
happens.
the good cops, the quote unquote good cops that he's talking about, are very few and far in between. And the ones that do exist, they feel they would never beat the system, so they don't want to go against that. It's like Serpico, you know, Al Pacino and Serpico. That's happening now. You know, people don't want to go against that. So
Okay.
the good cops, there are no good cops.
Okay.
You
Also-
understand?
Even thinking about our responsibility, I know you have to translate this, but our responsibility on stage, I mean, that wasn't planned. It was organically the way it was set. It just happened, right? But the messaging becomes clear that there's something that's going on. So hopefully people want to like see what's happening, and there would be some sort of like shift.
And really, fuck the police don't necessarily mean fuck the police. It also just means question everything. You know, be skeptical. Don't just accept what's spoon-fed to you. We're not babies. We're grown men and women.
Because you grow up with the thoughts that police are the good guys.
Yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily grow up with that. I think movies also train us to love the villain, too. It goes both ways. It's I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. But when we're really little, yeah. When we're really young, every kid wants to be a policeman or a fireman. They don't want to be a bank robber. You know, but when they turn 15, 16, things are different. Everybody loves Scarface. You know what I mean? So it's different. But I think at the end of the day, I think it's not just about fuck the police. It's also like question things. Don't just accept everything that you're told. You know, be willing to scratch below the surface and see what's going on underneath. You know, don't just go for what they give you. You know what I mean?
Also ich habe es darauf angesprochen, auf der Bühne hört mir sie sagen immer wieder mal «Fuck the police», was meint ihr mit dem? Und das eine ist natürlich, in Amerika ist ja momentan wirklich eine heikle Situation, dass Polizisten unschuldige Leute täglich scheinen ermorden. Und er hat sogar gemerkt, dass es systematisch könnte sein. Und er hat gefunden wiederum, dass man grundsätzlich Sachen hinterfragen und nicht einfach alles schlucken, wie es so präsentiert wird. Also du das Zeugs hinterfragen. And you want to add something as well?
Well, yeah, you had mentioned something about this being, I mean, here we are backstage, Royal Arena, Switzerland, doing interviews for various, you know, media outlets. And you said this is something pertaining to youth, young people. Is that the truth?
That's truth. Yeah, the young people are watching.
Young people are watching primarily. Is that the
That's correct. Yeah.
goal of the thing? So, my question is, what is your ultimate goal when you interview artists? Like, is there a purpose or something that you have that you wish that could translate to our young people, that you wish that they would get and be inspired and motivated by?
Well, you just named it. The goal is, of course, to get information you can find on Wikipedia, like your own opinion, how your thoughts are, and things you can't just simply Google. You just have to watch an interview. That's the purpose, or the goal I have, of course. And the next thing would be, yes, to inspire people.
Absolutely.
You know, they see artists like you, and they might be those people too one day.
Absolutely. And I think that, I work with young people all the time, like young people in the community, and I think that they're our most naturally untapped resource that we have. And you asking us as grown men questions. And the challenge for you, Joyce,
I'm listening.
is that ask more young people their opinions, because they have the answers. They're just not often asked the questions.
Well, now you talk to the right media, because Joyce does that, because we are the interactive social TV. So what we do is they can ask the questions on Facebook. They can chat with us during the live shows. So we're really connected with our viewers, and we'll ask about them, their opinions as well.
Fantastic, absolutely. That's good.
So we do that, and thank you very much for that piece of advice. Also jetzt habe ich die Empfehlung bekommen, hey, wieso machst du eigentlich das? Wieso machst du Interviews? Was ist dein Ziel? Habe ich kurz erklärt. Und dann hat er gefunden, hey, aber Joyce, das sollte ich die jungen Leute aussen fragen, ihre Meinung bitten, weil das sind die am wenigsten sich mitteilen können. Und ich würde sagen, wir machen das. We have a relationship, don't we? So thank you very much for that inspiring interview. Maybe you want to give out a last word for our young audience to inspire them to do whatever.
Find your passion. Go from pain to purpose.
Okay, also find deine Passion, gang vom Schmerz zu deiner Berufung. Ist ein bisschen Abschlusswort. Thank you very much, that was beautiful. And have a nice evening here in Orpund at Royal Arena.
MCs.